Sandra again. I'd like to ask you a powerful question. What would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? In this video, the second installment of Turning Your Passion into Profit, it's time to get focused. I'm going to show you some of the fastest and easiest ways of getting great results, no matter if you're offering physical products, info products, services, or even promoting goods and services online. But before we jump right in, I wanted to thank each of you for the hundreds of posts and comments that you said about the first video. Your support makes me even more inspired and motivated to help you reach your financial goals by starting and growing your own business. If you haven't seen the first introductory video, I would encourage you to watch it. There's a link on the menu just to the right of this video, and it will take you right to it, which brings me to my next point. As I was reading over your comments, I noticed that a lot of you were really anxious to get started making some profitable changes to build your business, and I mean now. So here's what I did. I made a quick change in plans and created a short course of rapid-fire business success principles and techniques. It's a practical step-by-step process based on how I started and grew my own business. You can just follow along, and by the time you're done, you'll have the basic framework for a successful business. Kind of like what I used to grow my own company. Who knew it could be that easy, right? Of course, there's a lot of other amazing techniques and tools that you can use to get huge results in your business that I just can't fit into this video. But to get you going right away, I wanted to get you moving fast and give you some simple things that you can work with right now. Let's just call it Starters Academy. In Starters Academy, it's going to show you popular and powerful results-getting techniques and principles that you can use right now. You're going to learn some simple money-generating tips and principles, and I'm going to give you the secret to outperforming the big box stores, and most importantly, give you a rapid step-by-step blueprint for creating your own marketing message that's super simple, but cranks out results-getting marketing messages like a pro. We're going to start by creating a money management strategy that you will use to close your financial gaps and build a secure future for your business and your family. What I mean is that right now you may have a monthly budget plan, a business checking account, and a business credit card, but that's not a complete financial picture. What I want to do is to help you create a business strategy that will help you build permanent financial security and stability no matter what the economy may be doing at the time. If you are already generating sales, adding a sound profit-building strategy will get you much better business-building results as soon as you implement it. And let's face it, less work for more money is always a good thing. Now, I'm going to move fast, joke around less, and generally be more focused because I tend to go on and on about business physics because I like it a lot. If you fall behind, you can always come back and watch this video a few times until you pick up what you need. So let's get rolling. First things first, business and the economy often run in a cyclical course. It's only somewhat predictable, and as we've seen in recent years, can swing between soaring highs and crushing lows. So allow these proven principles of business physics to guide you successfully through the economic swings and unexpected events. The first thing I recommend is that you double your overhead and halve your sales when you're budgeting. Meet your new budgeting mantra. When it comes to budgeting, it's always better to be ultra-conservative. However foolproof you think your plans are, sooner or later the unexpected will happen. Using this budgeting principle, you'll safeguard your cash flow and keep your business in the green even if the unexpected happens. At some point you will need it. I personally recommend setting aside in an emergency savings account at least 5% of your monthly net profit. Never dip into it unless it's a real emergency. Wanting to take out another ad in the local press is not an emergency. Having an unexpected repairs from flood damage, that is. Micro budget. A yearly budget gives you a general overview, but you also need information about seasonal peaks and troughs. You'll need to budget monthly, if not weekly, to keep control of cash flow. Check your accounts daily. Knowing the total amount in all of your accounts at the end of each day is one of the golden secrets of success. I suggest you reinvest your profits. This is not the time to be putting in a swimming pool at your summer home. You've worked hard and you've worked smart to have some free cash in your business accounts. The smart thing would be to invest it back into your company. Upgrade your technology. Develop new products to increase your sales and expand your customer base. Using some of your free cash to participate in a community event in your local area will generate greater brand awareness and customer excitement. Always have at least 4 revenue streams. I think it's critical for continual growth of your business, even in difficult times, to have multiple streams of income, both personally and professionally. One of the streams is slow or struggling. Your others can help support your business while you make the necessary adjustments to increase your cash flow. Now, we've heard the saying, projects are vanity, profit is sanity. It's all well and good boasting a $10 million project, but if it costs you nearly that same amount, you're in a bit of trouble. Always look to your bottom line. Everything you sell or service you provide should make at least 30% profit. You will need to keep an eagle eye on your outgoing expenses. If you're providing a quality product or service that provides greater use value to your customer than its cash value, you should take a reasonable markup of 25 to 50%. Don't assume it, prove it. Never assume anything. If you assume you'll get X amount of revenue a month and plan around that, everything will fall apart when you realize you're only actually bringing in Y worth of business. If you assume people will pay a certain amount for your product, your model will crumble when you find that they're expecting to pay much less. Start selling on a small scale. Test everything so you'll be able to base your plans on a solid foundation of proven data. Cash flow really is king. You might have won the most lucrative contracts in your industry, but without ready cash, access to cash, you may be in real trouble with no way of buying materials, paying staff, contractors, or filling your next order. Remember, all payments are due to you in approximately 30 to 60 days. You need cash to cover the interim, so make sure you keep enough ready cash on hand to cover all of your operating and overhead expenses for at least 60 days in your bank account, and I'd do that at all times. Have a business success plan. Unless you have millions in venture capital to squander, and I'll figure it out how to make money later strategy is totally unsustainable. If you can't bring money into the business, there is no business. That's just a simple fact. Having a detailed plan of just where your income is coming from on any given month will give you peace of mind and a predictable income. I always suggest you make 3 forecasts: a best case scenario, worst case scenario, and the expected outcome. If you can still turn a profit when the worst case happens, your business will make it through the toughest of times. Planning to this level impresses bankers and other investors. Always draw up contracts with your borrowing money. Now, I have to say, personally, I am completely against a small business owner taking on any kind of debt, and especially a new business, but there are occasions when it is necessary. I don't care if you're borrowing from your old boss, your best friend, or even your parents. You must get it in writing. Now, I know it's highly unlikely that you're going to take advantage of each other, but you need to have that contract so you can be able to refer to it to protect your relationship from those awkward conversations about whether or not you owed them a payment last month. 80% of your sales actually come from just 20% of your customers. This is simply a fact for almost all businesses. This means that you need to make it a priority to find out which 1 in 5 of your customers are those who keep coming back for more of what you have to offer, and then make every effort to keep them happy and buying by asking them about their needs and what they're looking for. Offering opportunities for your customers to communicate is really invaluable. Try adding a comment section on your website or web page, and then read it often to discover how you can best serve your customers and keep them buying. Focus on long-term customers. Repeat customers are the holy grail of sales. They advertise your business for free to their customers or to their friends and to their family, and they help you forecast. They also help you save money on marketing, and most importantly, they buy your products or service. Repeat customers cost less than new ones. It's less expensive to bring existing customers back into your place of business than it is to attract new customers, which makes perfect sense when you think about it, considering the expense of advertising, marketing, media, and other tools necessary to attract new customers. Repeat customers really are walking billboards. If a customer comes back to your business, chances are pretty good they liked what they saw and enjoyed their experience when they were with you the first time around. They're going to spread the word to their friends and family and coworkers, which is free publicity for you. To build repeat customers, you need to be consistent. Now, on the surface, developing a solid base of repeat customers may sound like a little more than just providing an excellent service or product. While there's truth to that statement, your quality of service or product must be consistent to keep them coming back. They have to be able to depend on you. You also need to hire the right people. Since your employees are on the front lines, their demeanor and interaction with your customers or clients can cement relationships that bring customers back to your business repeatedly. Individuals who are positive, friendly, and really care about doing a great job is the first step. Anyone who's going to interact with your customers, from the receptionist through the collections department, has to understand the importance of creating a positive experience for your customer. Now, this is so important. Keep it personal. By definition, a repeat customer is someone you get to know. Nurture that relationship by keeping your interactions as personable as possible. For instance, get to know their name. Connecting on a personal level with a customer is one of the best competitive advantages there is. Everyone loves it when you go into their place of business and you remember their name and their favorite item or service. Stay in contact. Encourage repeat business by staying in touch with your customers through a blog, a newsletter, or a comment section on your Facebook or website, or some other vehicle that affords ongoing communication. A handwritten thank you note to customers with maybe orders over a certain amount that also includes a discount on their next purchase is a particularly spectacular touch in today's world of all things digital. Learn to sell. If you only learn one business skill, you have to learn how to sell. I suggest using the feature advantage benefit approach. State a selling feature of your product or your service. Next, state an advantage of that feature, such as more power, easier to use, a better function. Now state the personal benefit your customer will enjoy when they own your product or service. That's selling. Partner with a sales professional if you're struggling. Don't put this one off. You'll find yourself out of business before you know what hit you. Without sales, you have no business. Without sales, you have no revenue. Without money coming in, you have no business. Your goal and way of conducting business should always be that when your customer enters your place of business, they should have the feeling that they're personally better off for coming there. Their needs will be met, and solutions for their most urgent problems will be found. Always have at least 3 unique selling points. If you're not doing at least 3 things better than your competitors, your customers may choose them over you. No matter how long you've been in business, you should always be looking for opportunities to excel. However, exceptional customer service is one of the greatest unique selling points small businesses have over the big box stores or the regional chains. Evangelize. Tell everyone and anyone who will listen to you about what you're doing extra enthusiastically. If you tell 100 new people in the next month, you've got a ready-made network to turn to for suppliers, recommendations, potential collaborations, and free referrals. Now, these are just a few tips and tools for starting and running a successful business. So now let's talk about the blueprint for creating a marketing and sales message that you can use during that I mentioned during the first part of this video. The first step is to identify your company as the source for your customers' needs and solutions. You want to help your customer make a connection to you and to your products or services as the solution for their problem. I've been where you are, and therefore I understand how you feel. My products or services can solve your problems. As you're writing your message, remember that people are motivated to take action by 3 things. The first is fear. An example might be that without your product or service, they'll continue to suffer from their current most urgent need, and that need could potentially even become worse. Personal power. However, using your products or services could result in giving them personal power over their current situation, resulting in freedom from headaches, concerns, burdens, and worries that up until now have been plaguing them and diminishing their quality of life. So to create a marketing message, you're going to do a little exercise. Using 3 file cards, write fear on the top of the first card, power on the second card, and freedom on the top of the last card. Now on each card, list 5 aspects of your product that relate to each of the motivating words. Once you've completed this step, make a note of how this relates to your personal story. Now, just hang on to those cards for a minute because we're going to do something else with them. The second phase of creating your marketing message is to answer each of the following questions about your product or service. The first question is, why should your customers buy your product or service, and how will it benefit them personally? This is the old feature, advantage, benefit part of what you will use to introduce your customers to your products or services. Now don't stress about this. Just come up with a sentence or two for each feature and advantage and benefit, and then write it once on each card. Here's a little tip. A feature is a type or a quantity of something. It's also a logical or intellectual statement. So you're going to want to see that feature and specifications spelled out clearly in black and white. Advantages and benefits are quality or the condition of something and have an emotional value. The next question you're going to want to answer are these. What is the purpose of your product or service? And in concise terms, what will it accomplish for your customer? How does your product or your service work? In other words, how does it do what it does? What are the mechanics of it? Finally, what other things can it do or be used for? Can the same product or service be used in multiple ways or for different intents, or maybe for a variety of different kinds of people? Remember, people love to buy, but they don't like to be sold to. So first introduce them to what your product or service is going to do for them. Take these results of these 2 exercises and combine them to create your marketing message for your product or service. Now that you have your marketing blueprint and message, I'd like to show you how you can put it to good use with a few more business success principles. I would like to see you create more evangelists. Everyone in your company has the power to spread the word about your business. Create a 1-paragraph, maybe 30-second or less, positioning statement built around the core marketing message and share it with all your employees. Be sure they understand that your company's message and why it matters to your customers. Then, when someone asks your employees what they do, each of them can become a company evangelist by spreading the right message. Get customers fired up. Be an effective company evangelist requires taking your individual passion a step further by creating a message or a cause that stimulates others to join your company's movement. Events, for example, are great ways to spread your message and brand awareness, whether it's on a speaker's platform or maybe a cooperative event at your place of business, or maybe even a community celebration. Listen to your community. If you're providing a great product or service, you can bet your customers are talking and writing about their experience. Provide a friendly home for your community by inviting ideas, comments, and participation. Create a community space on your website that allows customers to interact and share feedback. Your best customers will be glad you asked them for their input. You can gather information through online surveys and share special invitations and advance notices of upcoming products and services with them through maybe email. Be prepared to accept input, good or bad, gratefully. Now, create instead of compete. The point is to create a business or a service or a product that's of greater use value to the buyer than the monetary price that they've had to pay for it, and to share that product or service with as many people as you possibly can. Your focus and purposeful intent must be to increase and better others. Resolve your customers' needs to your highest capacity and provide the finest possible experience for them that you can. And then continually try to do all of that better. This is the golden secret of any successful business. Your product or service doesn't have to be original to be a good one. There's really no shame in pinching a concept that you like and then just doing it better. Many of the most magnificent commercial empires were founded upon someone else's idea, and yours could be too. Think about how Microsoft Connect took the technology of the Wii to a whole new level, or all of the amazing innovations since the first solar panel. Don't put off until tomorrow what you could do today. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. Don't waste time and potential income by waiting for that 100% perfect concept to just magically hit you, to have that perfect workspace or all of just the right tools. Just get out there and start doing business. Make decisions in a timely manner and tackle your to-do list right now. Procrastination will cost you opportunities and kill your business. Think big, but start small. Now, you may want to be the next Bill Gates, but it's not going to happen to you overnight, no matter how hard you work or how much startup capital you have. Start small, test your business model. If it proves worthy, build from there. Remember, Bill and his friend Paul Allen started Microsoft in Bill's parents' garage. And here's a little tip. Don't employ staff until it makes financial sense to do so. Even then, it's okay to start out with just maybe one part-time employee until you're ready for more. If your goal is to build a business empire, make your startup scalable. If you expect to grow in size, make sure that you obtain equipment and technology that will grow as your business does, and that you will not need to continually upgrade. Cloud computing could really help here. And don't get tied down into a long-term property lease if you plan to expand rapidly within maybe just the next few months. Take calculated risks. Remember the old expressions, fools rush in where angels fear to tread? Well, maybe these angels have done their research, risk calculations, and maybe have decided not to go. Calculated risk-taking really is the lifeblood of innovation and keeps business alive. However, any risk you take needs to be carefully considered and researched. This is a lot like gambling. Only risk money that you can afford to lose. Take risks that have minimum impact if they don't work out and maximum effect if they do. Test, and test again. Have you spent days, weeks, maybe even months developing your latest idea? Then don't waste all your effort by not checking out to see if it works. Test your concept on a large number of people, not just a few people you know. Ask them to try out your product or service or website. Then use their feedback to improve it. A successful business owner continually uses this business strategy to make sure that they're on target and meeting their customers' needs. Be tough on your idea. Now, though you need to keep a positive attitude, you'll also need to be your own devil's advocate. Markets are tough, so you'll want to discover any flaws in your product or services before your customers or clients do. Extensive market research, viability analysis, and product testing will tell you whether your idea will be successful or not. Don't be afraid to try it out on your customers. Just let them know in advance that you're testing a prototype product and you'd like their honest and valuable feedback as you continue to develop it. Work hard, be nice to everyone. How often have you seen someone with a glare that would make the devil himself shiver and then thought, hey, now that's my ideal customer or client? Probably never. Being polite and greeting your customers with a smile counts for an immeasurable amount in business, especially with difficult customers. Just be sure to back up your charming chat with exceptional service and extraordinary quality of your product. In just a few minutes, I've shown you some of the same success principles I use to build my company, and you can use them too to jumpstart your own business onto the path of success by learning better ways to keep your business profitable through successful money management. Key ways to build your customer base and keep them buying. Creating an advertising and marketing message like a pro. That's not bad for a free little video, right? So in the next video, I'm going to show you some practical ways that you can use to use what you've learned in this video and to put it into action. You're going to learn how to use your marketing message, how to generate profit and build customer base all in one day, and how to get other businesses to advertise your business for you. You can do this. Don't accept anything less than achieving your business goals. I really enjoy teaching, so of course I really enjoyed making this video for you. And I hope your brain is whirling with ideas and inspiration about building your business and making it more profitable. So once again, I'm off to make you the next video in this series, and as before, please allow me a couple of days to get it ready for you and sent to your inbox. Could you please do me one more favor and leave a comment below? Tell me what you thought of this video and some things that you would like to know about starting and growing a successful business. Remember, don't just do it, Do it with excellence. See you next time.